Yeah, dynamite was in the next.
The dynamite was precious.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used it all the time. In fact, I was still using dynamite when I replanted this area. The cherries had a disease that University of California told us if we planted this certain rootstock and budded over that we wouldn't be troubled with this disease. Well, all our cherry trees died within the first 20 years. Mm-hmm. So we were putting apples back in, and we used dynamite. Well, before, in the 50s, 40s, and 50s, I just drove up here to Oxdale and bought dynamite. I mean, there was 2 different people that had it. Caps, dynamite, even TNT from World War II. And all of a sudden, I'm going to replant this, and we use dynamite for it. When you plant a tree with dynamite, it'll grow twice as fast as the tree next to it that you didn't plant with dynamite.
The nitrate. It's a nitrate, yeah.
Yep. You just
fractures the soil.
Take a bar when the ground's kind of damp and work it down, and then take a quarter of a stick, put it down there, bring the fuse out, light it, and you light 2 or 3 at once. Wonder which one's going to go off first. And that thing just goes, you could be standing right next to them and they go, and cracks the ground and penetrates, puts nitrogen in the ground, and the trees just take off.
So he had me do that. I got to blow all the stumps out when.
How old were you?
Like 12.
That's appropriate for a 12-year-old.
Yeah. I think he said a half a stick was all I could use per stump, but sometimes I used a little more.
Stump's airborne.
And then you could run up though. The stump, like you said, it'd go boom, and then the thing would lift up and lay on the ground, you know. But then you could run up and jump, and I would drop into my waist in the hole that it created.
Wow.
And then fractioned all the ground.
What I'm trying to do when I do it is fracture the ground, and have to kind of dig a hole to plant the tree. I don't want to blow the dirt away. I want the dirt there.
I see. So the half a stick.
12-year-old.
Big bang.
Big bang.
Dad, finesse.
Dirt's gone.
Big bang. Finesse and dynamite don't end up in the same sentence very often. Wonderful story.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want TNT for what we're doing either. You want 20%. TNT is way too hot. Way too hot. I blew a stump down there we were building a sawmill, and we wanted to get rid of this stump. We didn't want to dig it out of the ground. We didn't want to blow it out of the ground. We tried to cut it off. So I thought, well, you know, let's just blow it up so we can cut it what's left easier. Well, we got a hold of this TNT and dropped it down in a soft spot in the center. And we bored in from all sides, electric caps, and I walked over behind a redwood tree and snapped that thing, and instantly tearing the bark off of both sides of that tree that I was back up. And those guys, the other guys in the mill were, you know, they were clear down the picnic grounds practically. They said, stumps, pieces of wood, dirt, everything was coming through the tops of the trees. Way too much. But you know what?
Family trait.
Our stump was gone.
Yeah. Problem solved.
It didn't blow up the ground because we had the dynamite above the ground, and it was just burnt white for 20 feet around the stump. The stump was completely gone. In fact, my dad came back, and he usually gathered up chunks of wood for his fireplace after we blew a stump somewhere, and he was looking around and he goes, "What'd you do with the wood?" There wasn't any. Nothing left.
That's great.